Some Gary Coleman. You don't come across a lot of people that got good taste like Gary. Something about this brother just remind me of the good old days when brothers was able to get what they want and they had to deal with all that fussing and carrying on. He had great character. People loved him not only for his comedic genius, but that grown man feel that he gave to the masses. I miss me some Gary Coleman. You never seen nobody so classy. But now he back in the news, and it's looking like his ex-wife possibly, allegedly, had something to do with his passing. We about to talk about it, man, but before we do that, y'all need to do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button too. I ain't got nothing but love for y'all, man. Without further ado, let's get into this news. Gary Coleman's ex-wife, Shannon Price, failed the lie detector test about his death. Y'all need to see this, man.
Well, that didn't go.
Run that back.
You failed that exam.
Oh my God.
With deception indicated to those relevant questions.
Well, that didn't go too well. But Shannon still maintains her innocence, and you can watch it all unfold tomorrow at 9 on A&E.
Damn, man, she failed the lie detector test. Now people thinking that she had something to do with his death. But if you was married to Gary Coleman, I ain't making no excuses for this woman. Got all that money tied up in their marriage. She figure either bring him back and deal with his shit or let him go and spend his money. Gary Coleman ex wanted to set the record straight. That's why 15 years after the Different Strokes actors' 10,010 death from an apparent fall in their shared home, she pushed his ass over the balcony. Allegedly. It probably wasn't even over the balcony. She probably pissed him off the counter. Like, I want it now. He was having a fit. She probably ain't even expect to kill him like that. All it takes is for one slip up. She might be innocent. Price agreed to participate in the series Lie Detector Truth or Deception in an attempt to end speculation over Coleman's accident. I literally, my whole life, have had the odds working against me. Hell yeah, if you was married to Gary Coleman. She ain't never lied about that. Maybe she the victim in all of this. Y'all need to see this. Hold on, let me get this together for y'all. Wait 1 second. Reggie, set it up, man. All right, here we go. Y'all.
What is she hiding? What really happened on that day? I believe that Gary Coleman, he deserves to have it really looked into a lot more.
Even though it was ruled an accident, ever since Gary's death in May 2010, there have been questions surrounding his ex-wife Shannon Price and what happened that tragic day, including from Todd and other close friends.
We've always suspected that from the very beginning. I never publicly stated it because I didn't want to wonder about being sued, but if she doesn't pass this lie detector test, I can say what I want then. Because then something's wrong.
Although Shannon denies there was ever any violence in their relationship, police were called to the couple's home many times, and Todd also claims Gary said this only 2 months before his passing.
The last conversation I had with Gary was, he was worried about his safety with Shannon. He was like, I don't know what's going on. I'm worried about this. We're always getting into it. And he said, she's stronger than me.
We reached out to Shannon regarding those claims, but haven't heard back at this time.
He was scared, y'all. She said he was. It's a lot of men feeling like that. Let's be real, fellas. We dealing with some strong individual. And I ain't gonna call nobody out or nothing like that, but what can you do? If he got rough with her, if he got physical with his wife, the police was gonna kill his ass. He was in a double jeopardy. Either she was gonna kill him or he did something to her that make them come kill him. It's 10 years later. She done failed the lie detector test. But who really about to go out there and get justice for Gary? People really about to be rioting out there in the streets. And I ain't saying he ain't worth it or nothing like that. Big things come in small packages. No diddy. But he got what he wanted. You know what I'm saying? That must have been what he wanted. Because that's what he got. He married her ass. So whatever happened, that's his own personal choice. And that's for y'all people out there in relationships. That's what you chose. That's what you decided you wanted to deal with. That ain't nobody's fault but yours. And if you feel like you being wronged or whatever the case is, it's up to you to step out of that situation. But she wasn't going to let him leave without that damn money. Ain't nobody tell him to tie the knot with this woman. When he was up in that thing, he wasn't complaining. But when shit got real and you start to see people true colors and you laid up in the hospital, you know, I ain't going to say too much about it. Y'all got to listen to this.
He never fell down the stairs, any stairs. None. So this narrative about me pushing him down the stairs is just BS.
While watching the special, Todd noticed something about Shannon's story of what happened the night of the tragic fall.
So that's a little interesting. She's changing her story already from how it was in the very beginning. When I talked to Shannon the day before she pulled the plug, I asked her what happened, and she had told me he fell down the stairs.
George will cover 3 key areas on the polygraph test. 1, did Shannon and Gary's relationship lead to domestic violence? 2, did Shannon fail to provide aid to Gary after his injury? And 3,
I've always believed that one too.
did she in any way cause Gary to fall?
Are you for me?
My personal opinion is the bottom 2, for sure. I want to see if she passes this. If she can pass this, okay, yeah, we believe her. But if she can't pass it, then it's something different. And that police department needs to do something.
And when the results finally came back, the first 2 came back inconclusive, but there was a strong reaction on the third.
I also asked you, did you physically cause Gary to fall that day? And you answered no. And the results are, you failed that exam.
Wow, okay, so that was...
Oh, man, that's all they need to know. What else is there to talk about? She failed the lie detector test. That's basically like saying she caused this man to die. She either pushed him or whatever it was. She intentionally took him out the game. Ain't gonna be no justice if they got her on the television show about it and they let her go home. You figure if they were serious about it after she failed the test, they come in there with the cuffs, ma'am. You're being placed under arrest for the death of Mr. Gary Coleman. Speak now or forever hold your peace, or however they do it, man. You figure they would have read her rights. But that ain't what happened. They just making news about it. It's entertainment. So either way, they don't give a damn about no Gary Coleman. It's messed up that he went out like that, but it all depends on who you with. You know? Thank God it wasn't no sister that threw his ass down the stairs. Because she'll be facing manslaughter or child slaughter charges. Look at this, man.
She flat out...
Hold up.
So, no...
You failed that exam.
Wow, okay, so that one she flat out failed. So, oh, wow.
He said the body doesn't lie, but he doesn't know what's up in here.
Wow, that was 1,000 excuses. You failed it.
There's a reason I am not in prison. It's because they did a thorough investigation.
That's disgusting. If the police don't open up this investigation and find out what really happened, it's sad. It really is. And just like I agree with everybody, you know, this is one of the most prolific child stars ever. They need to investigate this a lot more.
Now, Price has never been charged in connection with Coleman's death and maintains her innocence. You can check out Todd's podcast, Dang, with his wife.
Hold on. He in the same predicament as Garrett Coleman. They point at each other like, you did it. No, you did it. Nope, you did it. They ain't trying to take the blame for what's going to happen to his ass neither. It's really going to be dang when his ass fall down the damn stairs. What the hell? Different strokes for different folks. You know, I ain't mad at them for marrying who they married. But when your ass dead, don't think she gonna go to jail, regardless if she failed a lie detector test or whatever the case is. And that's the scariest part about it. They ain't gonna be held accountable for nothing that they do. But that's in common relationships as well. Race ain't got nothing to do with it. Because it's the same thing with same race couples. But damn, y'all gotta see this. Hold on, look.
Married to one of America's icons.
Run it back.
You were married to one of America's icons.
Right.
Shannon, what exactly are we trying to resolve here today?
Being accused of murder. Being a killer.
If you had anything to do physically with Gary's fall, the polygraph's going to show that.
Little by little, I started to.
She leaned back like, uh-oh. Like, y'all about to get me.
Little by
Hold on, I gotta see this. Hold on.
little.
Look at her face, y'all. She's like, shit. Like, yep, I killed this ass. But that's common practice for women in relationships or married couples. You really gotta watch your back. For the men out there, you just never know which way it's gonna come. I've heard stories of women poisoning their husbands for years. And these men don't even have a clue. Just eating up all that good food and not realizing that they being poisoned. It seemed like it's common practice. Like that's an everyday thing. That's just something we got to deal with out here. Look.
By little, I started to feel like there was something more to Gary's death than just a simple accident.
You know what I mean by physical, right?
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Pushing him, shoving him, throwing him overboard.
She pushed him down the stairs.
There were no stairs involved in his death.
Shannon became downright abusive. She began to reference him as a short little son of a bitch, an asshole. I stopped her, and I yelled back into the phone, "You stop talking to Gary that way."
Shannon, let me ask you a question.
Ooh, he already little and she was belittling his ass some more. Oh man, he was catching hell. And don't nobody know her from nowhere. She ain't even famous. And she still was disrespecting him. Calling him a short little son of a bitch. Disrespecting his black mama at the same time. Y'all brothers out there stupid, man. I don't see how y'all can go through it like that. But he like that look. When he go places with her, they kiss her ass even though he the superstar. And that's how these men be feeling like these women got more power over them because even though they rich and famous, she still get the better treatment. No matter where they at, and even with his own people. I know he experienced it. They act like he ain't even there. They come over and literally kiss her ass. And he like, hold up, I'm Gary Coleman, but you ain't her. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, man. They got this new thing on YouTube. I got to start paying attention to this thing because it be having people wearing crowns with numbers on that shit. So he the king right now. What's his name? Spur 9 the king. Then you got Charles S. Fields and Earl Times holding it down in chat. Yo, I appreciate y'all, man, for doing y'all thing in the chat, leaving them comments, being kings and queens and things. That's what I'm talking about, man. Y'all holding it down. I'm holding it down. Let's get back into this. Y'all listening? Listen to this.
Is this important to you?
Yes.
Then get serious.
Okay, let's do this.
The test is about to begin. Please remain still.
These are the results on the critical questions.
Correct. The exam had to do with Gary's fatal fall.
Okay.
I asked you the following relevant questions on this test. Did you physically cause Gary's fall? Mm-hmm. You answered no.
Right.
I also asked you, did you physically cause Gary to fall that day? And you answered no. And the results are, you failed that exam with deception indicated to those relevant questions. Let me say that again. You failed the exam regarding Gary's fall. What are your thoughts?
That's false.
There's two things I know for sure, Shannon. One, you were not completely honest with me yesterday during this polygraph session. And two, the other thing I know that's 100% certain is that there is more to this story that hasn't been told.
Lie Detector, Truth or Deception premieres Thursday, July 10th at 9. A crime.
I need to, when that come on, what channel that come on, man? I need to tune into that. Ain't that fucked up? How they making entertainment out of Gary Coleman's life? They about to get a quick bag. Because if I got to pay for the subscription or whatever I got to do, I got to see this, man, because it's amazing. And it's helping me realize that the grass ain't always greener on the other side. I don't think the grass green on any side. Not now, especially if you got money. Even if you broke, the dynamic between men and women is so bad to where you can't trust nobody with another. It goes beyond cheating or if somebody fooling around behind your back. That's small compared to what people really have to deal with, man. It's the energy that's more important. People draining your vital energy, man. And for Gary Coleman to be so small and black like that, then he got this vampire sucking at his neck, man. It was only a matter of time before he lost his life. Look, and that's regardless of what her nationality is, you know what I'm saying? During the test, Price was asked 3 questions by former FBI agent and test administrator George Olivio. Did you ever strike Gary during your relationship? Did you intentionally decide to withhold help to Gary when he fell? Did you physically cause Gary to fall that day? And she lied. In the conversation following the test, Olivio told Price that the results of the 2 questions were inconclusive, while the third, which concerned Coleman's fall, the test found deception indicated regarding whether Price could have administered more or be better aid to Coleman before first responders arrived. In the recording of the 911 call, previously shared in Peacock's Gary documentary, she can be heard refusing to comply with the operator's instructions. Former FBI agent had his own suspicions, acknowledging the results raised a little bit of an eyebrow. But, well, and they knew that when it went down. They done already did documentaries. They already know that something fishy going on. She just failed a lie detector test. What now? What's going to happen? I think they using this as a green light to let people out there know that you can off his ass and you can walk away clean. If you want to get straight to the bag, you tired of sleeping with that bastard, you tired of putting up with his bullshit, and you stronger than him, you can get away with it. Even if they catch you in the lie, it's all good. Because they not about to put you in jail for him. So fellas out there, stay on your P's and Q's. They got them new dolls out there.
Oh my goodness.
Get it built up how you want. I'm just saying, you got to keep that motherfucking clean, man. Get a water hose in the shed. You're going to have to figure it out. It's dangerous. Let me see what's going on over here, man. Oh, Lord have mercy. Somebody said, gotta push forward. That's exactly what she did. She pushed his ass forward, and next thing you know, she was able to get all his money. You gotta push forward. She pushed his ass backwards, and that's why he landed on his neck. Said, Sean and his doc, you mean Terry. Who the fuck is Terry? What the hell? See, that's why I don't be reading these comments in the first place. Somebody said, look it up. Dave and Chuck, the freak, they interviewed him that day. Shit, if Dave and Chuck some freaks, they probably freaked Gary Coleman off that day too. Before and after the interview. What the hell y'all talk about, man? This shit confusing. I got a headache looking at this shit. Somebody said, I believe he actually fell. They may have been feuding at the time, though. Yeah, he busted. He have a little short motherfucker, man. Ain't no telling what he did. He probably ran into the refrigerator door. Like, I'm out of here. I can't do that. Ow, ow, ow. She always got to come get him out of a ditch. This nigga fall between the couch. He's screaming, crying, begging for his mama. She probably shot him in the head. That's the part that they left out. Like, yeah, he did fall after the gunshot hit him in the goddamn head. Somebody said, we need some women's opinions on this. Trying to see something. Half of the women on this page really men, just in case y'all ain't figured that out. It's some strong motherfucker. Look at their profile pictures. The next time you see a female leave a comment, it's a man. Probably because I had Prince on the thumbnail back in the day. That's when all that shit started. As soon as I started doing them Prince remakes and shit, that's when the women started getting strong. I developed a strong female following once I did them Prince videos. He said, man, there was a documentary about a dude whose wife fell down and his ass sitting in jail. He couldn't even participate in the documentary because he too busy serving life. Said she tossed you outside into the doghouse. Shit, she could put Gary Coleman inside of a dollhouse. It was only 211. What the fuck? The dog would be punking his ass in the dog. He'll die in the doghouse. You put that little nigga in the dollhouse. He said if she failed, she didn't succeed. Man, she succeeded in spending all that man's money. Real talk. Hold on. Let's get back into this news. Y'all listening? Look at this, man.
Gary Coleman murdered? That's one of the stunning questions raised in a controversial new documentary, Gary, which started streaming today on Peacock.
What you talking about was?
Gary Coleman was once the highest paid child actor in America, starring on the beloved sitcom Different Strokes. Different Strokes was so popular, even First Lady Nancy Reagan had a guest spot.
What you talking about, Mrs. Reagan?
But
hold on, they had Nancy Reagan sitting on Mr. T lap. Did y'all see that? Oh man, y'all need to see it, man. It was a little freaky too. She sat on Mr. T lap. Hold on, Nancy. While her husband was in the White House. Mr. T had his hand on her cheeks when she was sitting on his lap. Y'all need to see this, man. Hold on. Reggie, go and play that. Look.
Right, now who's next? Now I come all the way to the White House and nobody want to come. Nobody want to come to, yeah. All right. That's right.
That nigga said, she came and sat on that motherfucker lap. He said, bring that big ass over here. Yeah. He acting like a straight up West Coast G and had Nancy Reagan come sit on his lap. Look.
Right, now who's next? Now I come all the way to the White House and nobody want to come. Nobody want to come to, yeah. All right. That's right. All what them guys, them beat guys, them Tom Selleck and Bert.
Oh my goodness.
Windows and all them guys eat their heart out. Yeah, Mr. T is here. Right, with the first family. Not them, you see. That's right. Now, you make sure you tell them. Because I know y'all will, y'all the press. That's y'all job to gossip. No. All right. Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
spot.
What you talking about?
Hold up. Y'all couldn't hear me that whole time? Oh, damn. How long it been muted, man? How long? Oh, man.
Reagan had a guest spot.
I was talking mad shit. And y'all mean tell me y'all couldn't hear me that whole time, man? Oh, that's some bullshit. I need to fix this right now. I was talking buku shit. How long y'all couldn't hear me? Cause, man, she gave that man some sugar and everything. Did y'all hear the part? I'm gonna have to fix. I fixed it, man. Y'all should be able to hear me from now on. Damn, man, that's fucked up. How long I was muted? I feel so bad about it. I got too excited. At least y'all ain't hear me skeeting from the window to the wall when he put his hand on her ass. Somebody said 3 minutes. It wasn't that damn long. Let's just get back into the show. Y'all listening? Okay, here we go. Listen.
What you talking about, Mrs. Reagan?
But 4'8" Gary came to resent the character and his iconic catchphrase.
It sounds ridiculous when I do it. I'm sorry.
In 2007, after years alone, he married an unknown movie extra, Shannon Price.
Her ass was a movie extra. She just stand in the background in them high school movies and shit. They ain't even give her a script. She just stand there looking stupid. And he married her ass, man. What wrong with him? Man, I need to go back to that clip. Cause y'all need to hear what I had to say about this man. Run it back. Look.
Right, now who's next? Now I come all the way to the White House and nobody want to come. Nobody want to come to,
Look, he got his legs gapped open and everything. Look, she licking her lips. Y'all see that? Wait a minute. She licking her lips. She like,
yeah. All right. That's right. All what them guys, them beat guys, them Tom Selleck.
I said he the reason why they invented the metal detectors and shit. They ain't even had no metal detectors before this happened. When she sat on that man's lap, they put metal detectors in the White House, every courthouse, the fucking bus station, train station. They was trying to get that nigga, man. And she smiling with it too, look.
Burt Reynolds and all them guys eat their heart out. Yeah, Mr. T is here. Right, with the first family. Not them, you see. That's right, now. You make sure you tell them. Because I know y'all will, y'all the press. That's y'all job to gossip. Nah. All right.
She didn't give a fuck what he was talking about. She was waiting to give him that kiss.
Oh, wow. Now, that'll start some scandals. Yeah, I like scandals, yeah. We gotta give your press something to write about, All right. All right. Thank you, Ms. Reagan. Wow, she kissed me. Wow, it's like that commercial. She kissed me and nothing seems the same.
Oh my God, them some different strokes, all right. What the hell? Man, there's some weird shit going on in Hollywood, boy. Gary Coleman married a Hollywood extra. Fucking Eddie Murphy and married that chick he married to. What in the hell is going on? These men just can't help themselves. That forbidden fruit, it must be delicious until your ass dead. Hold on, look. Y'all need to see this. For y'all fellas out there, y'all gotta help me out. Did Eddie do the right thing? Cause this some old Hollywood shit right here, man. What y'all think about it? That's like going to the dealership and pulling off with a Ferrari. That's what he did, man. And when I say that, I mean societal standards of beauty. Well, when you dealing with society, when you turn on the TV and you looking at the commercials and shit, this is society's standard of beauty. My standard different than society's standard. Your standard may be different, but when you talk about society as a whole, this nigga pulled off the lot with a Ferrari. or a Lamborghini or something like that. And it could just be for the look. This some maybe it's Maybelline shit he got going on. He these some different strokes, but not like Gary. His strokes different from Gary Coleman's strokes. Gary Coleman got them Shrek and Fiona type of strokes. Eddie Murphy got them different type of strokes. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all think, for the brothers out there, do y'all think he made the right choice? If you went to the dealership, would you pull off the lot with this? You know what I'm saying? Because look at them with his daughters and things. Who the baddest one in the picture? That's his daughter? A hot tamale. Fuck. Who the baddest one? That's what we need to get to the bottom of, because that's what this was going on in Hollywood. Somebody said his ex Nicole was beautiful. Keyword, was beautiful. Was. Now she dried up. You know what I'm saying? She very prunish. She giving Prince vibes. Prince with breast vibes. What y'all think? Is Eddie making the right decisions with this, what he got going on? This some old Malibu Baywatch shit he got going on. And that's what they do. That's what they got to do, because well, they ain't got to do it, but that's what they do. Y'all let me see what y'all saying. I ain't gonna say too much about it, man, because it ain't about what I got to say. Hold on, somebody said Eddie cooking. Okay, that's how y'all feel about it. I ain't say that. That's what he said. Hold on, let me get this together. Because I
My
need
work
to
is
see
easy
this
because
for
I use
what it
ClickUp.
is.
Here's
Oh, get that shit out of here. My man said Eddie cooking. Different strokes for Nancy. She ain't gonna play her part. She never had one. You know what? That's so true about Gary Coleman's wife. How she gonna play her part? She ain't never had a part. He married a damn extra. Look at this.
I'm sorry.
In 2007, after years alone, he married an unknown movie extra, Shannon Price. The marriage was tempestuous.
I slapped him a couple times. I mean,
Man, they look ugly as hell together, man. Just ugly. Ugh. They got married in the damn canyon. Ugh. She couldn't wait to kill his ass. Rest in peace to Gary Coleman, but she couldn't wait to get it over with. She looking at him like, I'm so gonna kill you. Like, take me now, honey. Take me now. I'm tired of this life. I'm only 311. You can have it all. Just one night with you. He sacrificed himself just for her to be his bride. Said, fuck it, what I got to live for? A small guy dies and a woman like you get rich. Look at it.
In 2007, after years alone, he married an unknown movie extra, Shannon Price. The marriage was tempestuous.
I slapped him a couple times. I mean, nothing major, nothing like red flag.
After one spat, Coleman spent the night in jail.
No jail time, not leaving my house, not paying any heavy fines.
God damn, put his ass in the zoo. What the hell? He'll still be alive if they just had his ass in the circus or some shit. And I don't mean no disrespect, but she already slapped him in his head. She probably made him eat the booty. He walking around with a Trick Daddy t-shirt on and ain't nobody know why. She put him in the eat a booty gang. She's slapping him all over the... Shit ain't funny, man. She's slapping him all over the back of the head, disrespecting him. And he dealt with it for years, man. Just people really be suckers for love. And I must admit, I've been there before. It be the booty, man. And it ain't right. Let me tell y'all a quick little story. And I ain't gonna get too raunchy. Well, I'm gonna try not to get too raunchy. I remember had the baddest chick in my city. I ain't gonna lie. Big old afro, bell bottoms. I'm talking about in the 2000s now. Big old afro, bell bottoms, big old chachonka dunk, big old wonka dunk booty. You know what I'm saying? This in the 2000s. Bigger chiggies. Them big old wiggle, tig old bitties. And I ain't trying to be raunchy, but she was a bad mamma jamma. In the 90s, man, she was like the modern day Pam Grill. To make a long story short, I gotta whisper, because I know people out there listening. To make a long story short, I tried to break up with her because she was mistreating me and things. And I told her how I felt. But when she got up to leave, I begged for her to stay. But in Gary Coleman's case, I don't know what the fuck he was thinking, man. He could have easily walked away from this chick. He could have easily gave her the deuces. But once they got you under mind control like that, it ain't nothing you can do. Once she put it on Gary Coleman and really put it on that man, ain't no telling what she did to him sexually. She probably lit some candles and put on the OJs for that motherfucker. Ain't no woman like the one I got. She probably put some soul music on and seduced Gary Coleman. You know what I'm saying? She probably even got in that kitchen and made that motherfucker some collard greens. She probably kept it so hood with Gary Coleman. She had him crip walking in his shoes and he only wears size 5. Ain't no telling what she did to keep Gary Coleman. Every time he get ready to leave, that's when she turn on that hot grease and get to frying that chicken. Bring his black ass right back to the table. And you figure she had to study the man that she about to get ready to marry. She got to know what he like. She probably kept her extra little bottle of hot sauce on the dinner table for him to make him feel real comfortable. She probably just looked the other way when he get to rubbing his fingers between his toes and smelling his fingers and shit. She put up with his nasty ass until that last day where she ain't have to do it no more. Somebody said it was the potato salad with raisins in it. Hey, they say that's the shit. Once you get used to it, man, you get to chewing on them potatoes with them raisins and shit. And by the time you done throwing up, you be so hungry, you fix yourself another bowl. Somebody said she handled him. She handled him. They can't even read or write. He said dry meatloaf. She was his handler. This nigga said she handled him to the afterlife. Said Gary was probably whiter than her. On the inside, yes indeed, man. He had to be. Shoot, or else they was gonna put his ass in a cage if he wasn't. Cause he looked like on some, I wish he would have stayed alive long enough for that Planet of the Apes. And I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but he would have made a hell of a Cobra if he was still alive, man. And I know that sounds disrespectful, but can you imagine Gary Coleman as Cobra on that movie? He would have played the shit out of that role. He would have did a better job than Jamie Foxx did in Ray if he would have played the role. Somebody said, redheads be hitting different. I heard, man. I heard. Said, get to the point, say what happened. We don't want to hear all that. Well, take your stinking ass, man. Take your stinking ass. Come on, Blaze. Man, take your stinking ass, man. Talking about we'll get to the point where, ooh. I ain't even gonna waste my energy. Said, LOL, she probably smacked him in the back of the head every time he talked. Like, good morning, pop. Like, good night, my love, pop. Like, I miss you, pop, pop. She don't even talk back to his ass. She talk back with them slaps. 3 slaps mean shut the fuck up. That's crazy, man. Why she do Gary Coleman like that and then turn around and killed his ass and failed the lie detector test and giggled about the shit? Oh my God, man. Y'all gotta see this. Look.
In 2010, Shannon called 911 Utah home saying he'd fallen down the stairs. 911 from Gary's Utah home saying,
Not leaving my house, not paying any heavy fines.
In 2010, Shannon called 911 from Gary's Utah home saying he'd fallen down the stairs.
Her head is bloody. There's blood all over the floor. I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. I just can't be here with the blood. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I can't.
Shannon had doctors take him off life support 2 days later. Friends still question the circumstances around his death. I spoke with his friend, Kent.
Man, he really couldn't stand black people. This nigga lived in Utah. Oh, man. He couldn't stand the sight of seeing no black people for real. He step outside. What a wonderful morning. He go back in the house. His wife beat his ass. Put that man in the hospital. Put him in a coma. Put a brace around his neck. These brothers be catching hell. Because who you gonna call? She looked like Slimer. He should have called the Ghostbusters on her ass. Damn, I'm getting old. I got a birthday coming up. And next week, on the 18th, man, wish me a happy birthday, but my references, my cadences and shit, I can't compete with these YNs. They be like, yo, what it do, son? Yo, this shit fire, man. Yo, this shit busting. This shit, yo, don't play with it. Don't play with it. I can't keep up with these young niggas. And what I realized, the older women, they be cougars and they want them young boys and things. I'm old and shit, starting to feel all worthless. It's sad too, man. You gotta be able to keep up with this young nigga shit. I be trying. I can only imagine what Gary Coleman was going through. He figured he'd just move to Utah and marry him a strange looking white woman. That's a hell of a way to retire, ain't it? Like, what else do I need? Like, I'm old, I'm black, I'm ugly, I got this strange looking ass white woman. What else is there for me to do? That's some outer limit shit. Once you start doing stuff like that, it really ain't nothing to really do. You gotta make it work the way you make it work. But people be talking about they want to live out their dreams. But if your dreams is to marry a woman like Gary Coleman's wife, she gonna beat your ass to death. That's what's waiting on you, ass whooping. Like Kanye West said, he was like, soon as he get on, he leave your ass for a white girl. He got with Kim Kardashian and lost his motherfucking mind. And now they talking about he broke. Like, was it really worth it? You should have stayed with Keisha, you dumb ass. Shit, I'm gonna stay with a Shaquita. I don't give a fuck what they talking about. I'm gonna put up with the attitude and everything. It's either that or end up like Gary Coleman. I ain't gonna be able to do it, man. Ain't nothing wrong with having a rental. That's all you gotta do. You gotta Airbnb and be a bitch from time to from time to time, man. You ain't gotta buy it cash. Airbnb a bitch. In Hawaii or something, man. Go to Florida. Wild out for a weekend. Bring your black ass back home. That's what these men be doing, man. They be happily married. Then they wild out. They get together with the passport bros and go to the Dominican Republic or whatever and come back and keep it 100. You know, they be community leaders, activists and shit. Fucking Dr. Umar Johnson ass niggas. Pro-black, Hebrew, Israelite, Hotep, Unk wearing ass niggas, man. They keep it real with the hood, but they do their thing on the side out in Utah somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta Airbnb be a bitch. I know that ain't right, but whatever. And Gary Coleman, he threw his whole life away. I ain't with it. Look at this. Somebody said, "What you talking about, Willis?" You wouldn't understand, but there's some niggas listening. They know exactly what I'm talking about. He said she got teeth like It the Clown. Don't.
Oh my God.
Don't do that woman like that. We ain't come here to talk bad about Gary Coleman's wife. You talking about teeth like him? Shit, she got a head like that nigga. She got the nigga nose. She got his eyebrows. There ain't nothing that It got that she ain't got. He said she got teeth like It. What about her cheeks and her neck and the back of her head, man? What about her cheekbones? She got everything like It, not just the damn teeth. Oh man, y'all need to get glasses out there. Oh Lord, y'all need to see this. Hold on, where's that? Listen at this, y'all.
Emmons, who Gary named an executor of his estate in his will. Do you believe in your heart that Gary died from an accidental fall?
No, I don't believe that. And again, that's strictly my speculation. I don't believe it.
In the Peacock documentary, Shannon denies any wrongdoing.
I didn't do anything. I didn't touch him. I didn't hurt him. I was nowhere near him. Nothing happened.
Shannon triggered outrage when she allegedly sold the tabloids a photo of Gary on his deathbed, which we are blurring.
It was just sick. First of all, that's not the way, Gary needs to be remembered. He was a great, wonderful, amazing man.
The child star, who craved privacy, had none, even in death.
Shit, R. Kelly's wife never came to check on her brother, though. That's the messed up part about it, man. Where Andre Kelly at when her brother doing bad? She quick to throw her brother under the bus. When her own brother allegedly got murdered by his wife, she ain't come out and said shit. That's the cold part. That's what they need to be talking about. That's what they need to do a documentary about, man. Look at this. Where the hell is his sister when times get rough? She ain't do a tweet. She ain't do a memo or nothing. She ain't send an email. She ain't talk to the tabloids. And we all know they family. Her husband sitting in jail. She helped put him in jail. Her brother got knocked down the stairs by his wife. And she ain't said, it's starting to look like she hate black men. Couldn't be my sister, man. She dead wrong for that shit, y'all. And allegedly they twins. That's the messed up part. They twins. And she still ain't had nothing to say about what happened to Gary Coleman. And he gone, and she act like she just don't give a damn. This disgusting, y'all. This nasty. Somebody need to tell her to sit down somewhere. She got a 12-year-old body, and she was married to R. Kelly. Got the nerve to be twerking that thing. She need to sit her ass down. But we ain't talking about her right now. We talking about Gary Coleman. Y'all need to listen at this.
Gary Coleman couldn't escape the fate that awaits every child actor. He grew up. And the kid who carried the hit sitcom Different Strokes in the 70s and the 80s became an adult whose career and whose health were both fragile. Still, what a shock it was in 2010 when Gary Coleman died at the age of 42, apparently after an accident at his home in Utah. Reports say, at the time, he'd fallen down some stairs and suffered massive head injuries. Reports also emerged that after just 2 days in a medically induced coma, his ex-wife took him off of life support. So for 15 years, Shannon Price, that's Coleman's ex, has had to push back on the suspicions that she had a hand, directly or otherwise, in what happened to Gary Coleman. And finally, she agreed to take a lie detector test as part of a 2-hour special on A&E. But it didn't go quite the way she hoped.
Shannon, let me ask you a question. Is this important to you?
Yes.
Then get serious.
She look like she pregnant with somebody else's baby, man. Don't tell me that woman sitting up there pregnant, talking about her ex-husband, and she about to have another baby. Ain't no justice, ain't no peace. But this my question, man. Who gonna ride for Gary Coleman? Who gonna be the one to stand up and be willing to go to war with Gary Coleman? He done already picked his poison. He made his decision. You know, some people get in car accidents. They buy cars that's too fast for them. His little ass ain't had no business in the vehicle that he was driving at the time. He passed. You know what I'm saying? He probably should have got him a little go-kart or something. He'd still be alive. And that's what I'm realizing, man. You got to treat your relationships or your choosing or the people you're dealing with the same way you'll do a vehicle. You know, it got to make sense for you in your situation. Don't price yourself out. People be doing too much, chasing waterfalls, and wind up getting caught up. And at the end of it, it wasn't even worth it. Now you stuck, bad credit, your whole situation fucked up. Trying to stunt with something that's out of your league. And it takes for you to experience something to realize that it ain't even all that. Some shit look good until you actually get in it. How many of y'all did that? You go to the dealership, you be like, oh, this is my dream car. I love this car. And you get in that motherfucker, and it got all different types of problems. Matter of fact, let me give y'all a little quick example real quick. Give y'all a little quick example of what I'm talking about. I'm going to do that, then I'm going to do this. All y'all got to do is stay tuned, because we got to talk about this real quick. Look. These modern day vehicles look amazing, but the truth of the matter is, they ain't worth shit. You blow on one of these cars too hard, it's gonna be a dent. You bump up against one of these cars, would they make these shits out of aluminum foil? It's the cheapest shit in car history. You look at these cars too hard, it's gonna break down. They fragile as hell. If the wind blow real hard on these new 2025 vehicles, your ass gonna get blown off the road. But them old school cars, they made out of straight metal. You run into this shit, this gonna damage your 2025 whatever. This stuff made out of steel. And if it break down, and these cars will run forever. That's why these old schools got more value than these new schools. And it's the same thing with these women's and stuff out here. Whoever you date, for men and women, man, this new breed look amazing, but ain't worth shit. Fragile as hell. It ain't gonna last. You spend all your money trying to get up in one of these things. It's gonna look good, but it's gonna do you wrong. It's like, if you have it, you ain't even gonna want to drive it. It's just for show. You just gonna park that bitch and leave it where it's at, cause as soon as the wind hit it too hard, it's gonna be fucked up. That's why I stick with the old school, you know what I'm saying? Give me a throwback. That's the way I take it, man, cause it's reliable. You ain't got to worry about all that new bullshit, that new age technology BS. Get me a old school. That's how I feel about relationships too. But the older I get, you know, I'm at a standstill. I'm at a crossroads.
Oh my goodness.
You know, for y'all young boys out there, let me tell you, you get to a certain point to where you just don't give a damn. And I think the key to life is giving a damn. Because when you don't give a damn, now I understand why them old heads be wearing them suspenders. They come outside, they don't give a fuck. It be an OG. He got on the big old t-shirt that got too legit to quit on the front. They be old, they be gray. Because there's only so much you could do with your damn self. After a while, they just don't give a damn no more. They don't care about no swag. They don't care about none of that shit. They just out here surviving. I can see how it happened, man. And I think in order to have longevity, you have to avoid getting to that point to where you just don't give a damn. Because once you do, your ass gonna be sitting on the bench while everybody else playing the game of life. So as you get older, the whole point is to stay in the game. You know what I'm saying? I can understand why you got these older men out here with the young boy swag with the skinny jeans and the chains and shit, because they trying to stay in the motherfucking game. Because once you check out, it's going to be hard for you to check back in. And I feel like I checked out about 20 years ago. Let me see what y'all talking about before I get out of here, man. Because the number one person, the number three, the number two, y'all got that stuff for a reason. She said, straight still, my dad made my first call in 85 Chevy Caprice. He said I'd be safe. 85 Chevy Caprice. Let's look at this, man. Let's see what he do. Y'all watching? Look, 85 Chevy Caprice. Let's see what her daddy was talking about. Damn, he put her ass in a station wagon, y'all. Shit, she out there living like the Brady Bunch. What type of shit is there? It's a Cadillac with a hatchback on the back. Oh, I know she was getting freaky in the back of that hatchback. I already know what time it is. She was riding around in the shit, this shit looked like a damn hearse. What the hell? She was driving in a hearse when she was... Hey, man, I guess she was safe. Don't nobody want to take it. Don't nobody want to be next to it. Ain't nobody trying to park next to that motherfucker. Ain't nobody trying to steal it. Like, you'll be good with this because ain't nobody gonna be trying to be your friend based off of your car. Shit, you gonna live a regular life. I would have chopped that shit off in the back. Y'all don't want to see what my first car was. Matter of fact, I'm about to pull it up real quick. It was a... There you go. That's that raggedy motherfucker right there. 95 Nissan Sentra. And it was a stick shift. The raggedy shit you ever seen in your fucking life. I had the time of my life in that motherfucker. I'm trying to tell you, my first vehicle, I was chilling. It only lasted me for one summer, but that was a hell of a summer. And that damn, that Nissan Sentra. Man, that thing was raggedy as hell. I wouldn't go back for nothing. I'm glad it's over with. But when I had it, shit, as long as it was rolling, as long as I could pull into the drive-thru and get me a burrito supreme and one of them Baja drinks, I was good. But that's Negro here, no there. Hey, y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about Gary Coleman and his wife killing him allegedly. Let me know, man, in the comment section, because I need to know. I got so much love for y'all. Make sure y'all do me a favor. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel too. Hit that notification button. I got so much love for y'all. And hit that Cash App. I need to take my ass to sleep. $ Sean Blaze Docs. Y'all so real out there. One more thing before I go. Subscribe to my channel if that's what you want.
Subscribe to my channel if that's what you want. But if that's not what you like, then you must be a punk. Hold on now, here we go. Who is this girl? She got that junk in her trunk, baby girl.